Well, an exciting event coming up for the Isle of Man. If you're a music buff and you want to really see and hear something quite amazing that's coming to the Isle of Man very soon. Well, I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm going to introduce my guest. Joining us is Nordic, who's a gentleman who's a well-known tenor, let's put it that way. And your group is coming to the Isle of Man to play some very particular music, which has a reference to World War II. Over to you. Do tell us about this.
Well, thank you very much for inviting me to speak here about this project. I'm coming to the Isle of Man for the second time. I was there only in January to prepare this journey, and I've been engaged for the last 5 years in some research and lots of concerts at the Royal College of Music, where I work in London. I'm a singer. I teach German repertoire there, and I've been engaged in recovering the music of emigres who came to Britain during the Second World War as refugees from the Nazis. And it's been, of course, as people on the island will know, many of those refugees ended up in the internment camps on the Isle of Man. And as part of this exploration, we've actually been able to find some music that was composed in the internment camps on the Isle of Man. And so we've produced this as a concert project in London, and we performed it at the Liberal Jewish Synagogue in North London, where a lot of families of those refugees are still involved. We performed it there with great success in April, and we're now bringing it to the Isle of Man with the help of the Arts Council and Culture Vannin, who've been really wonderfully supportive in bringing us over there, and we can't wait to
well, we've seen a bit of you in London, and what was the reaction like to presenting this piece of music, this work?
Well, there are several works here. First of all, there is a fabulous review called What a Life, and that is the title of the concert, which was written in Douglas in the central camp, and it was performed in the Palace Theatre in 1940 to thousands of people, and there were actually two performances which were given, and the composer Hans Gahl even asked the commandant to delay his release so he could conduct the second performance. Mm-hmm. And it was a big labor of love. It was music, it was text in German and in English, so it was bilingual. So the hosts on the island, the British soldiers and everybody who was there could take part in this. And of course, it was a parody of this situation in internment, where people who they knew that, of course, it was a security measure. So these camps could not be compared to concentration camps in Germany or Austria, where some of those internees had actually been for a short while. But, the insecurity was still, of course, a great theme. And the best thing they could do is to do a parody of their life in the camps and put this on as a sort of theatrical review. And there were some very funny things, like music about the seagulls. The seagulls are in a curious mood. Maybe they are getting too much food, and what is the seagulls' parliament had a great debate on that end, and many of them did then inquire, why are human beings behind a wire?
It sounds fantastic. How did you find all this works? I mean, you're going through old libraries, old manuscripts, old works. How did it all come to light?
Well, this review by Hans Gahl was really recovered by the family of the composer, and we've been in touch with them for many years. And so we did actually get the sheet music for this that they had found in the papers of their father. And then we tried to make some more inquiries, and there's actually a wonderful diary by Hans Gahl that was published a few years ago, also in English, by Toccata Press, called Music Behind Barbed Wire. And it's a fascinating, very well-written account of how this review came about and how the internment story unfolded for the composer Hans Gahl. And so we were able to piece together information from this diary. And of course, we had the music. The original dialogues, the dialogue scenes they do not survive. We do not know all the details, but we can make it really quite an entertaining performance now.
Well, it sounds great. I mean, do tell us where can people see this taking place?
Well, the performances on the Isle of Man are, the first one is on the 16th of, so next week on Tuesday, 16th of May, at 7:30 at the Arran Arts Centre. And then we are also coming to Douglas to give a performance at the Studio Theatre at the Ballacameen High School at 7 o'clock. That's slightly earlier on the on the Wednesday, the 17th of May.
Fantastic. Do you know how to get the tickets, or is it the usual places?
Well, the usual places, I suppose, but you can get the tickets through the Arran Arts Centre, of course, and you can pre-book. You can come in the evening. You can get them at the door, and then they're £10 at the Arran Arts Centre. And then you can also get tickets at the Villa Marina. Sales office, and through their website and through the Studio Theatre website of the studio of the Ballacameen Studio Theatre.
Well, is it going to be surreal for you to do it on the Isle of Man? But it could be quite interesting to bring it back home, sort of thing.
That's right. I mean, it feels like that, and I've been very very excited about this, because I've known about this music for quite a while. I mean, the other big piece that we discovered last year was a piece called Murach by Peter Gellhorn, who was interned in Ramsey. And now we're going on the 17th. We're actually going to do a school workshop at Ramsey Grammar School, and also actually in Ballacameen High School, where we work with school children who've been exploring the story of the internment as well, and to bring it there, and we'll be performing a very short performance of that one piece, Murach, which speaks about the love for the beautiful countryside around the camp and beyond the barbed wire, where the seagulls can fly to, but they couldn't go, of course, the internees, and how this beauty will remain when we are free, it says. So, it bringing such a piece back to the island and back to the place where it was written for the first time is hugely exciting. And in fact, the daughter of the composer will come with us, Barbara Gellhorn. I mean, he had 4 children, but she will come and will accompany us there. And we'll actually also go to the Murach promenade in the park, just to show, to see the place, and also to film there a little bit. We'll be filming a performance of some of Peter Gellhorn's music in an apartment on the Ramsey Promenade, where on the Murach Promenade, where the camp originally was, for Culture Van, and we'll try to sort of also create something that will last from this visit and from performing this music on the island.